Okay, let's start. VF01, let's start from this transaction, which is billing document. Okay, now billing document is basically for your sales billing, and this document actually is working based on some tables. Now, these tables are fundamental to understand. For example, for example, I have clicked F1 and it brings me the pop-up window. And in this pop-up window, we have table name, field name. Okay. The main process is basically to pass a billing document, is to create a billing document. Okay. Now, how does a billing document look like? VF03. I will choose any billing document from here and we will see what actually is a billing document. Okay. Continue. Okay. Now, this is a billing document number, invoice. Payer is this customer, and it is billed on 28th of August. Value is 1000 INR. Item is raw material for 36 BT INR. And thing is, cost is because it is having 10 units. 10 units, or how many units? Build quantity is 1, net value 1, and cost is 100,000. So maybe the units are more, 1 kg. And for um, for an ABAP consultant, it's very important to understand what are the rows and tables actually speaking about. For example, over here we have table VBRP. So from the very onset, we have the billing document, but we also know the um, table name as well. So for table, we will go for SE11. SE11, VBRP is the table name, and we will go for display. Now, this is basically a billing document item data table where it will show all the details of client, billing document, billing item, actual bill quantity, sales unit. So why is this important for us? Because in functional side, the process of the client will be straightforward on the functional level. Okay. But on the back end, how is it being made possible? It is through these tables, through these fields. Okay. So you will have to understand the back end logic of these tables. And this is how we actually work with tables in ABAP, and it is not so very difficult. Okay. We will be talking about many tables, and let's display this one. This is general material data. Okay. Now, what is material? Material that I showed you from the billing document, and that was this one. Uh, if I click this, double click, number 10, it shows me the material details. Okay. So it's very much related how, for example, raw material, item detail, material, double click. Okay, if I go back again, let me just click F1 on this field, F1. Okay, VBRP is the table name and the material number is the field. So this field is VBRP. Okay. And over here we have MARA, which is general material data, which is material number, client. Now, what is a client? Client is our server landscape. This is our client. Okay, this is our client 100. So this is the client material number created on time of creation. So these fields are very much self-explanatory, nothing so difficult. Okay, and we have to understand how and why these tables have been made. Okay, and this is what we will actually go into SAP. But let's jump on to creating our first program, and that will be from SE38. SE38 will be our uh, um, transaction code to write a program. And let's write a program ZT59 because our batch is 59 and today's date is 21 December. First program. Okay. Create ZT59, 21st of December. First program executable. Now, this basically is the title of the program created by our login. This is going to be an executable, which means it will be executed to run a transaction. Other than this, we can also see how include programs are written, module programs function, subroutine. We'll be studying all this until class or interface. And authorization group is for special users. If we are making this program for some users, so we can give them an authorization to some users who are allowed, for example, salespeople. If our login has this group, so we can actually use this. So, sorry. So, talking about authorization group. Authorization group, this is basically attached with the login. Login is given over here. With login is SAP WasNet that we're using. And these can be given over here if this program is related to these modules. Okay, like for example, finance, asset accounting, or any, it doesn't matter. So if we are having clarity, so we can use authorization groups, and authorization groups restricts the users. Application for which module this is being made? Is it for asset accounting, cost accounting, or financial accounting, human resources planning, material management, and so on? So these programs can be also customized and specifically made for application. LDB is local database for third-party integration. Okay. Save local object. Local object. Okay. Over here, we have a certain program. Every structure or a program that is written in SAP is very straightforward. The first word that we see in blue is the keyword in SAP. And every program is basically kind of a report. Okay. So if you're writing a logic, if you're writing any structure or any even report, it starts with the keyword report. And every statement of an ABAP program has to end with a full stop. And this is the logic basically. So data v result type I, parameters p field type I, p field 2 type I, v result, and we will see what will be the result. Okay. So I will activate it. I will explain the logic after running this direct processing. Field 2 is 33 and 81. Execute. So this is the result. So how it is calculating it? Basically, data is what? It is defining v result. Now this is a variable. Now what is a variable? Variable is a container. It's a bucket. Okay, it's a bag where data is the container which will have data type of integer. Okay, integer mean numbers. Now parameters is basically input parameters where we give a variable name, a bucket, a container which will store integer type numbers that will be entered in input. That's why I entered the numbers in both the fields. P over here means parameters. Field is, of course, the name of that container, of that bucket. P again is a parameter. Okay. V over here is, of course, uh, variable. Variable results will be drawn from this. So we are applying this logic of multiplying P field 1 and P field 2. And over here, the parameters are in continuation. We can bring it in one line also. And right is basically producing the output, and v result is basically getting the calculated result of p field 1, p field 2, and it writes the v result. Activate. Direct processing. 33, 41, 1353. Okay. So this is how logic works in ABAP. So based on this, we are actually creating logic for various various modules. Okay. So if you have any questions, I have kept it very light. And the assignments, of course, that we will cover will be covered in detail, that I will show you. Okay. Now this will be the assignments that we'll cover one by one, okay, as we go along. And it's not difficult to cover ABAP. It has quite a lot of scope for freelancing and for job